Hello, book friends. I'm back here again today to talk about my top 5 favorite books series that I'm currently reading. So, right now, I'm reading probably close to 10 series ongoing, and today I want to talk about my 5 favorite with a few honorable mentions. And if you have read any of these, I would really appreciate if you could go into the comments and tell me about any of these books you've read, and if you'd like book reviews for these. The past renditions of the books, I would happily do old book reviews that I've read before. Just let me know in the comments. My first honorable mention is a book I've actually already talked about on my channel, and that is The Dragonbone Chair, The Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy, written by Tad Williams. He is an author that I really enjoy, and this is the only series that I've read so far. I am just getting into the middle of the final book, so I will have a review of Green Angel Tower. I will have a review of that when I finish reading that. That is a chunker though, so that will take me some time. I really like Dragonbone Chair because it really feels like not modern fantasy but old fantasy, but with still some modern prose and style. So I really enjoy it, and I'll recommend that. The second series that I want to highlight that is I'm ongoingly reading, The second honorable mention that I want to bring up is the Assassin's Apprentice series by Robin Hobb, The Realm of the Elderlings, her entire series. I have only read the Realm of the Elderlings, the Farseer trilogy of the Realm of the Elderlings, so I'm really excited to get into the rest of it. Mad Ship trilogy I've heard is really good, so that's what I'm really hoping to jump into next, and I will have a review out for that. So this is a series that I highly recommend. At number 5, my 5th favorite series that I'm reading right now, it is a little hate. Number 5. The 5th series that I'm reading right now that is my favorite is the First Law series by Joe Abercrombie. I've yet to get to Age of Madness. I'm on Red Country, which is the third of the 3 standalones, so I'm really close to getting into the second trilogy. But the first trilogy is awesome. It's one of my favorite series because it's so character focused. The plot moves forward at a rapid pace because of that. So I really enjoy each of the characters. Saint Anglocta is one of the all-time greatest characters. He's a tortured soul, which is great. And then we have also Giselle, which is an annoying person, but you grow to love him. And then you have Baez, which is amazing, as well as Nine Fingers. How can I forget him? Logan Nine Fingers is one of the best and most badass characters that you can read in fantasy. So that's number 5 of my 5th favorite series that I am reading right now, The First Law. Next up at number 4, my next favorite series is The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, and a little bit of Brandon Sanderson. This is a long series, 14 books. Everybody knows about it, I'm sure. If you don't know about it, it is a boy and his friends who is a chosen one trope. So he will eventually be the savior of the world, and the 14 books is him and his friends going and accumulating power. I really enjoy The Eye of the World. First few books are okay, but then it gets better and better as the series goes on. I really enjoy the 4th book. The 5th book has a circus in it, a certain circus. The 6th book is great, and the 7th and 8th are also great. So I'm on the 9th book now, so super excited to continue the series. It is my 4th favorite series that I'm reading right now. The 3rd favorite series that I'm reading right now is Malazan by Steven Erikson. So these are very high fantasy, very complex stories. It's hard to really explain, but it follows a bunch of different characters, and it follows this entire world where this empire is basically trying to take over as much as they can, but also gods playing in the world. And it's really cool because how many worshippers these gods have determines how powerful they are. There's also shapeshifters, there's amazing founding races. This book really turns my world building gears, and it gets me really interested in D&D campaigning, even though I've never done that, but kind of just getting into that stuff. How complex it is, it makes it hard to read. Right now I'm reading House of Chains, which is the 4th book. I'm getting pretty deep. I'm about halfway through. I'm really enjoying it. It is the 3rd favorite series of mine that I'm reading right now. My second favorite ongoing series that I am currently reading is the Game of Thrones series by George R.R. Martin. This is a series that I read already in 2020, but I'm getting back to it. It's amazing world building. It's got amazing characters. The plot is excellent. The prose is beautiful. So it's really got everything in it that you need out of a fantasy book. It feels both like modern and like traditional fantasy. The magic system isn't very robust, but it's also not absent. So it's really interesting. The political intrigue is the biggest catch of this book and of these books. So if you like political intrigue, I'm sure you know what Game of Thrones and all of those books are. Then finally, my favorite series that is ongoing that I'm reading right now is The Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. I recently read Oathbringer and it blew me away. So this is definitely a little bit of recency bias, but it is my favorite series that I'm reading right now. They are gigantic. They've got the world building that I love. So I could give you a little bit of a rendition, but these books are so big that it's hard to give you that. It is a world that's plagued by a hurricane that comes every 10 days, every week. So you can kind of tell just that would change the entire societies, that would change the entire world. Just having that go over the world every 10 days would be monumentally changing. This is my favorite series that I'm reading right now, The Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. Thank you so much for joining me and learning about my favorite series that I'm reading right now. Again, if you're reading any of these or have read these, please drop it below in the comments if you have. And if you have any recommendations for videos or reviews that you'd like, let me know.